Today is the final day of voting whether to form a union at Amazon's Alabama Fulfillment Center, and this will decide big things for the company going forward, along with big things for the stock. Today we're going to go over all of that and more, but before we start this video, if you guys can, make sure you like and subscribe. It means a lot. And also, we have a Discord and link in the description below if you want to join. We talk about different stuff like cryptocurrency, stocks, and all that good stuff. So if you want to join, totally free. We'd love to have you. But let's just jump right into this video. So over the past couple months, the Retail, Wholesale, and Department Store Union has been trying to be the first ever to organize Amazon in the US. Obviously, this is huge because Amazon employs over 800,000 people, and this could lead to drastic things like different pay, different working conditions, pace of work, and a lot of other things that could potentially impact the company a lot. And it's also a precedent being set that could then transfer over to other departments and fulfillment centers across the country for Amazon. Obviously, Amazon has been fighting back and has aggressively discouraged attempts by the RWDSU, and they really do not want this to happen. This actually boiled over to Twitter the other day, and there was a lot of heat on it with people like Bernie Sanders and Senator Warren. It started off with Bernie Sanders saying, "I look forward to meeting with Amazon workers in Alabama on Friday. All I want to know is why the richest man in the world, Jeff Bezos, is spending millions trying to prevent workers from organizing a union so they can negotiate for better wages, benefits, and working conditions." Dave Clark, who's a top executive at Amazon, said the following: "All we want to know is why Senator is one of the most powerful polls in Vermont for over 30 years, and yet the minimum wage is still only $11.75. Amazon's minimum wage is $15 plus great health care from day one. The senator should save his finger waging lecture until he actually delivers in his own backyard." So clearly they've been beefing a lot, and this is strung over to other people getting involved, such as Elizabeth Warren, who says giant corporations like Amazon report huge profits to their shareholders but exploit loopholes and tax havens to pay close to nothing in taxes. That's just not right, and it's why I'll be introducing a bill to make the most profitable companies pay a fair share. The battle on Twitter continued when Representative Mark Pocan said, "Paying workers $15 an hour doesn't make you a progressive workplace when you union bust and make workers urinate in water bottles." Amazon responded with, "1. You don't really believe the peeing in water bottles thing, do you? If that were true, nobody would work for us. The truth is that we have over 1 million incredible employees around the world who are proud of what they do and have great wages and healthcare from day two. 2. We hope you can enact policies that get employers to offer what we do already." This continued for a while, just going back and forth, and then they continued to say the following about Elizabeth Warren. 2. We had another $1.7 billion in federal tax expense, and that's on top of the $18 billion we generated in sales taxes for states and locals. And the U.S. Congress designated those tax laws to encourage investment into the economy. 3. So what have we done? $350 billion investment since 2010 and 400,000 new jobs last year alone. While you're working on changing the tax code, can we please raise the federal minimum wage to 15? So clearly there's a ton of beef going back and forth. Amazon's obviously paid significantly more, considering the fact the minimum wage is $7.25 and they pay $15 an hour. So that's over double what the minimum wage is. They talk about, the tax loopholes, and Elizabeth Warren goes back and forth about that. But you guys can read the Twitter stuff if you really want to. I want to dive into more of what this can look like for the company if this actually goes through, and what it could look like for the stock for you investors, because I know that's why a lot of you guys are here. You guys are Amazon investors. I'm an Amazon investor, a pretty big Amazon investor to be exact. If we look at my positions in Amazon right here, we sold the June 2022 $2,500 put. So obviously we're putting a lot on the line for that, considering the fact that that's a $250,000 of collateral put up on that. We have our April 1st 30/60s, 30/50 put credit spreads, which unfortunately look like those are going to expire worthless, unfortunately. So we're going to have to pay a lot of money on that. But then we also have our May 21st 31/60s. So we have $2,000 on that, another $1,000 on that. And then our biggest position comes from this right here, the 3,029.80 January 2022 put credit spread. As you guys can clearly see, we have about $12,000 on the line for that. So between all of these, we have about $28,500 that we can make on Amazon, as long as Amazon stays above $3,000 by next year, or in this case, for some of these ones, about $31.60. So obviously a lot on the line for Amazon, and I wanted just to go over what Amazon stock could look like, if this happens, and why Amazon stock has been trading, basically doing absolutely nothing in the past bunch of months. If we look at it, July 10th, almost 10 months ago, Amazon was sitting at 3,200, and right now it's sitting at 30.59. So it's lost a lot. It's lost over 4% since then, with nothing really happening after consistently good earnings as well. And the stock has plummeted hard. An amazing quarter overall, probably the best quarter in history. $125 billion in revenue. Everything big year-over-year growth, 43% year-over-year growth in revenue, 120% in net income, cash on hands up to 42 billion. So everything's going the right way. The fundamentals are looking amazing. Amazon's free cash flow is at an all-time high, and things are looking good with big partnership deals with AWS that have gone through. But the question is, what is going to happen with this union?
But guys, don't expect this process to be quick or smooth. The mail-in voting period that ends today, counting starts tomorrow, that's likely to last days, in part because both sides can dispute votes. There are about 6,000 workers at that warehouse, guys, the majority of which would have to support unionizing in order for this to pass. But even if it does pass, it could take years of bargaining to reach a first contract, and either side could and is likely to contest the results. Now, tensions over the union battle have escalated over recent weeks. Last week, we talked about a Twitter spat between one of Amazon's most senior executives and lawmakers. That received a lot of attention. On Friday, Senator Bernie Sanders visited workers, telling them, quote, "They know if you succeed here, it will spread all over this country." And guys, that idea of a domino effect is why those stakes are so high here. Labor challenges, they could push Amazon to alter its policies and ultimately threaten that efficiency, guys, that has turned it into a $1.5 trillion market cap powerhouse.
Overall, analysts are still very bullish on Amazon. 31 analysts have rated Amazon stock with an average price of $4,111, with a street high of $5,200 and a street low of $3,700. The average price tag represents a 33.67% gain from where it is right now. That is huge, and people are very, very bullish on Amazon. Unfortunately, the Wall Street has not been bullish on Amazon recently, but I think that's going to change pretty soon.
Here's another fabulous retailer that's pulled back hard over the last month because it's widely perceived as a COVID winner and therefore a pandemic, cure loser. All right, a group of Wall Street has really decided to kick this to the curb. Amazon's been able to rebound off its lows for the past couple of weeks, including a nice run today. Williams thinks it could get more lift thanks to the Easter rally. Again, this one's been terrible. And a lot of people have given up on Amazon, saying, look, once we have the great reopening, this is the last stock they want to own. Do you know in the last 23 years, since Amazon came public, what this trade has done?
And while there is a lot of uncertainty that surrounds Amazon right now and Amazon stock, the fundamentals remain the same, and I think that this stock is a buy and definitely a hold. This is an amazing company with amazing earnings and amazing growth potential, and it's a stock you want to have in your portfolio. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on all of this, your thoughts on Amazon. And like I said, if you guys are like this video, remember to like, subscribe. It means a ton to me. But have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.
Isn't it interesting that this is right when everyone has given up on Amazon that I know? Incredible.